learned colleagues and esteemed guests, Namo Buddhaya and Jai Bhim to one and all. I extend a very warm welcome to each one of you on this auspicious occasion. I am Ms. Apeksha Rajendra Kamble, Assistant Professor of Law and Research Scholar at Maharashtra National Law University, Nagpur, and I have the honor of introducing this program to each one of you, which is being organized by Samta Adhivakta Sangh, the Sangh whose very name signifies Samta, meaning equality, balance and fairness, has long been engaged in efforts to align legal practice with the broader project of social justice and constitutional morality. Today, we gather to mark and celebrate two significant observances. Buddha Purnima, the day we honor the life and teachings of Gautam Buddha, and the birth anniversary of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the chief architect of the Indian Constitution. At first glance, these may appear as two distinct moments, however, one rooted in teachings of principles and ethical philosophy, and the other one in constitutional and legal history. Yet, when examined closely, they both converge on a shared concern, the ethical reconstruction of social relations, the dignity of the individual, and the moral responsibility of those who exercise law and governance. Lord Buddha's teachings call for a transformation of both mind and society, inviting us to move beyond cruelty, hierarchy, and exploitation towards a way of life grounded in compassion, non-violence, and mutual respect. In the modern constitutional context, Dr. Ambedkar's work performed parallel tasks. He sought to translate ethical ideals into legal and institutional structures so that the Constitution could become a living instrument through which long-standing social injustices could be systematically addressed. It is in this spirit of ethical and constitutional reconstruction that the Samta Adhivakta Sangh has chosen to celebrate this occasion not merely through ritual but through an academic dialogue, a space for serious reflection on the intersections between data, labor, regional identity, and the deeper moral foundations of the constitutional order. With the kind permission of the dignitaries, I would like to briefly introduce the topics of today's program. The program today is structured around three closely related themes. Justice Shri R.C. Chauhan sir will be addressing us on Dr. Ambedkar and his contribution to Maharashtra Divas and labor laws. Sir will take us to a journey on exploring how Dr. Ambedkar's constitutional vision shaped not only the legal framework of workers' rights, but also the broader discourse on regional identity, social inclusion, and the relationship between state formation and social justice. Labor laws, in his eyes, were not merely regulatory instruments, but mechanisms through which the dignity and security of workers could be constitutionally safeguarded. Our next speaker, Shri Srimanta Mane sir, will be speaking on principles of Buddhism in the Indian Constitution. This segment will examine how ethical and philosophical core of Buddhism, non-violence, compassion, equality, and the recognition of sufferings finds reflection in the structure and values of Indian Constitution, particularly in the Preamble, the fundamental rights, and the directive principles of state policies. Next, Justice Shri C.L. Thul sir will be speaking on census and its relevance with emphasis on essential entries in the 2026 census. The census, far from being a technical exercise alone, is a foundational exercise in the constitutional governance. The categories we choose, the identities we recognize, and the data we collect directly influence policies on education, health, employment, and social security. In this sense, the census is not merely about counting people, it is about how the state sees and represents its citizens. The forthcoming census has profound implications for the Buddhist community, particularly for those classified as scheduled caste, and it is essential that every entry relating to the religion and caste is made with utmost care and accuracy. Correct entries are not merely procedural, they determine how our community is counted, how reservation and welfare schemes are targeted and how constitutional mandates of equality, social justice and dignity are realized in practice. Therefore, a clearer understanding of how religion, caste and their interrelationship are to be recorded are crucial to ensure that eligible scheduled caste Buddhists receive the full benefit of the constitutional safeguards and policy measures. In today's program, Sir will be explaining these nuances in details and clarify how accurate census entries can directly impact the representation and rights of our community in the light of constitutional values and mandates. Thus, the program is overall designed to move from data and governance to regional identity and labor, and then to the ethical and constitutional underpinnings that connect them all. Before we proceed to the formal addresses, we invite the dignitaries to perform the lighting of the lamp and floral tribute in the honor of teachings of Lord Buddha, legacy of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. I invite, on behalf of Samta Adhivakta Sangh, request the honorable dignitaries to kindle the ceremonial lamp and offer floral tribute to the portraits. I will also invite Advocate Vishakha Mishra ma'am, Advocate Ramteke ma'am and Advocate Valde ma'am to recite Buddha Vandana. And I request all of you to kindly stand at your respective places for the Vandana.
Madam,
they can do it from here. You also joined. You also joined them. I request Vishakha ma'am and Ramteke ma'am to recite Buddha Vandana for all of us.
आप सभी यहाँ जो मान्यवर उपस्थित है, अब इस ओकेशन पे हम एक साथ बुद्ध वंदना लेंगे। आप सभी को भी हमारे साथ में सहयोग देना है बुद्ध वंदना में। सो हम स्टार्ट करते हैं। सबसे पहले सभी को नमो बुद्धाय, जय भीम। नमो तस्स भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स नमो तस्स भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स नमो तस्स भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि द्वितीयंपि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि द्वितीयंपि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि द्वितीयंपि संघं शरणं गच्छामि तृतीयंपि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि तृतीयंपि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि तृतीयंपि संघं शरणं गच्छामि पाणातिपाता वेरमणि सिक्खापदं समादयामि अदिन्नदाना वेरमणि सिक्खापदं समादयामि कामेषु मिच्छाचारा वेरमणि सिक्खापदं समादयामि मुसावादा वेरमणि सिक्खापदं समादयामि सुरामेरय मज्जपमादठाना वेरमणि सिक्खापदं समादयामि सब्बपापसकरणं कुशलसौपसम्पदा सचेतपर्योदपनं एतं बुद्धानशास
Chirayu Roshia to read Preamble and request all repeat after him.
Everybody kindly rise for the Preamble reading. Please repeat after me. We, the people of India,
We, the people of India,
having solemnly resolved
to
constitute India into a sovereign socialist secular
sovereign socialist secular
democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. Thank you.
Thank you, Chirayu. We will now progress towards the next segment of the program to felicitate our respected guests. I request Justice C.L. Thul sir to felicitate Justice R.C. Chauhan sir with a shawl, memento and a book. Now I request Advocate Vishakha Meshram ma'am to kindly felicitate Justice C.L. Thul sir. We welcome Shri Srimanta Mane sir, our distinguished speaker for today's program, to the event. I request Justice C.L. Thul sir to felicitate Shri Srimanta Mane sir with a shawl, memento and a bouquet. I request Advocate Vishakha Meshram ma'am to kindly felicitate Justice C.L. Thul sir with a shawl, bouquet and a memento. I request the dignitaries to kindly be seated on the dais. Now it's my honor to invite the chairperson of the Samta Adhivakta Sangh, Advocate Ashwin Thul sir, to deliver the formal welcome address. Sir.
Thank you, Apeksha. First of all, let me clarify, I'm not the chairman of this Sangathan. My father is the chairman of the Sangathan. I am just the chief coordinator. I don't hold any position in this Sangathan. As I said, I'm very, very closely associated with it, obviously, because it's a movement. But I don't hold any position. But I would really like to also thank you all firstly for coming. Before I just give the address as to what is this organization all about, I would like to firstly apologize to all the dignitaries for starting the event a little late. Mane sir, especially my apologies. There is a little miscoordination and therefore the person who could come to pick you up could not come on time. My sincere apologies for that. I had prepared a small, what is this organization all about? I had prepared a small write-up a couple of months back when we had started this little organization. This is our very first event in Nagpur. Before this, we had done something in Bombay, where we had invited Justice Siti Ravi Kumar and Shri Amit Desai to speak. Now, Bombay being our home territory and home domain, we could mobilize almost 600 people and the auditorium was full. I think today we deliberately took a much smaller hall, but it clearly shows that the organization needs to work a lot more on the ground level so that we can mobilize a lot more people. But I would really like to thank the people from Varda who come. We also did a couple of sessions in Mumbai with lady students and all, and we had very good participation. I'm sure in Nagpur and all these places, over a period of time, we'll be able to mobilize a substantial amount of people. But for the dignitaries, I would like to just tell them that the idea today, if you can see, there are eyes in front of you, but there are two main big cameras. And these cameras is something which is going to take the organization to the people, as well as your voice and your thoughts to the people. So please do not get deceived by probably the lesser number of people in the auditorium, I assure you that your voice will reach almost all advocates in Maharashtra through our different platforms. Coming back to the organization, I would like to read what I have said, because I had very carefully formulated that. Some of it, Justice Chavan sir, some of it is a bit of a reality, probably a little harsh, but it is a reality which I also kind of experienced. Some part of it applies to me also, but I can probably now differentiate myself because I have now started making an effort. I will read what I had written. Our institution of judiciary is one of the most important arms serving our nation and our constitution. In recent years, the judiciary has taken leaps forward in balancing rights of the citizen and making the courts and its proceedings more accessible to litigants and advocates. Online filing of petitions and applications, online hearings and live streaming of High Court and Supreme Court proceedings, legal aid wings such as NALSA and MALSA, legal awareness workshops, etc., are some of the concrete steps taken by the judiciary. The appointment of judges almost to its full strength of 94, with a diversity of judges from the Bahujan class, is an unprecedented milestone realized by our own Justice Bhushan Gavai also. The judiciary is doing what it can, yet there exists a wide wedge between its bar and its bench. The skill set sought by the bench is not coming through from the bar. Further, in our tryst for equality, we see that our advocates fraternity faces a serious dichotomy. There exists a situation that a handful few dominate the practice areas and usurp the opportunities of practice at the bar, and a large part of the bar and the junior advocates struggle to find their feet due to lack of opportunities. This access to the social capital of practice is allowed by these handful few to their kin, who I call as their own Rakta, or their inner circles, who I call their Bhakta. The same is then passed on by the handful few, as they call it their legacy, to their kin and inner circle, that is to their Rakta or their Bhakta. The situation worsens as we travel forward to the remoter parts of the state. Bluntly put, there is a value to only the Rakta or the Bhakta. The Sashakta is left to the winds or forced to become a Bhakta to succeed in the profession of advocacy. Alas, merit is the biggest casualty. To add to the dichotomy, an advocate wanting to be Sashakta struggles for access to knowledge of new streams of law, art of advocacy comprising of real-time lawyering, court craft, drafting, etc., flow of work, financial support, and etc., is not yet reaching the far-flung needy junior advocates. Nepotism, favoritism, groupism, expensive legal libraries, influx of expensive technology are some of the challenges staring in the face of the young lawyers practicing in Mofussil and even the city area. A junior advocate is bound to get lost and confused with the overwhelming wide arena of legal opportunities and ever-expanding contours of modern practice and law, leave aside becoming a Sashakta. Our Sangathan, that is our Samta Sangh, has heard the people. The resolve of the Samta Sangh is to raise the bar. The Samta Sangh aims at empowering the junior advocates with the art of advocacy. The Samta Sangh aims to open the doors of opportunities and bridge the skilled junior advocates to the social capital. The Samta Sangh fights and advocates for the Sashakta. The Samta Sangh and its Sashakta members will form a fraternal force that will walk this perilous and arduous path of cultivating constitutional morality, real democracy, and rule of law in our Bharat, that is our people, our institutions, and our polity. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for that warm and thoughtful welcome, which has set the tone for the academic dialogue that is to follow. Our first speaker, Justice Shri R.C. Chauhan, sir, whose expertise is in constitutional and labor law, has long influenced discourse on workers' rights, social security, and the constitutional dimensions of regional identity. I would like to call upon Advocate Chirayu Roshia to introduce Justice R.C. Chauhan, sir, to the audience.
Thank you so much, Apeksha ma'am. I hope I'm audible to everyone. Well, it gives me immense pleasure and I am really grateful that I have been given this honor to introduce Shri Justice R.C. Chauhan, sir. Sir was born on 12th of April 1952 at Nagpur to parents who were in the field of education. After schooling at New English High School, Nagpur and Sanjeevan Vidyalaya in Panchgani, Satara district, sir did his BSc at the Institute of Science from Nagpur. He obtained his LLB degree in the first division from University College of Law at Nagpur, while he was also serving as a member of the Reserve Bank of India branch at Nagpur. Sir obtained his degree of Master of Laws in the first division, securing the highest number of marks from the Department of Postgraduate Teaching in Law at Nagpur University. Sir also served for a term as a contributory lecturer in the Department of Postgraduate Teaching in Law at Nagpur University. Then Sir joined Judicial Service as a Civil Judge Junior Division and Judicial Magistrate First Class on 1st of March 1976. He served as a Civil Judge Junior Division and Judicial Magistrate First Class for the longest period of time. Then Sir was promoted as a Civil Judge Senior Division in July 1985. And he was also promoted as an additional District and Sessions Judge in March 1987. Sir served as an additional District and Session Judge at various districts from across Maharashtra. Sir was the Joint District and Sessions Judge at Nashik. Sir was later appointed as the Joint Director of Judicial Officers Training Institute at Nagpur, and he served there from 1990 to 1994. Sir also worked as the District and Sessions Judge at various districts of Maharashtra, including Nanded, Aurangabad, Daman and Diu, and Pune. Sir is actively associated with Maharashtra State Judges Association. He served as its president from 1997 to 2000. He is closely associated with the working of the first National Judicial Pay Commission, and also served as a working president of All India Judges Association. He took keen interest in academic and other activities, and he also participated in conferences and seminars on environmental law, environmental economics, AIDS, gender and justice and arbitration. Worked as the guest faculty at the Institute of Military Law and visited Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration for evaluation of performance of IAS probationers. Sir also served as the additional registrar and the first Registrar General of Bombay High Court. He was elevated on the bench on 22nd of June 2005. Sir was appointed as the President of State Consumer Redressal Forum from 9/2013. He then retired as a High Court Judge in the year 2013. Sir, it is my pleasure to welcome you to address this forum. Thank you so much, sir, for being here.
Thank you, Chirayu, for the wonderful introduction of sir. Sir, the floor is yours.
My dear friend, Shri Thul, Shri Maneji, and dear sisters and brothers. I am grateful to Shri Thul for giving me this opportunity of sharing a few thoughts with all of you about Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar's contribution in creation of the state of Maharashtra and Geber Gauss. These two subjects are indeed diverse. But Shri Thul assigned them to me, possibly with a purpose. He wanted to test whether I can study them in a short time and be able to speak on them. So thank you for giving me this opportunity of reading first and then speaking out. Samata Adhivakta Sangha is rendering a very useful service to the society. I wish all the gathered members best wishes in their endeavor to usher the equality that Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar wanted in India. Today, incidentally, happens to be the birth anniversary of Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore. And if you recall his prayer, where the mind is without fear and head is held high, one of the lines there is where the humanity is not broken in fragments of narrow domestic walls. What we have achieved in these 75 years is fortifying those walls which separate us. We have strengthened them to such an extent that they can't be broken now. This is the unfortunate grim reality about us. And I thank Advocate Ashwin Thul for saying that yes, we failed somewhere and now we must make up. Dr. Ambedkar spoke of graded inequality. We see that graded inequality everywhere. When I come to Geber Gauss, I dwell on that. Right now, first, let us talk about Dr. Ambedkar's contribution in creation of this state of Maharashtra. You may recall that there was a state reorganization commission with a good intention. It's him, not me. I am not shouting. That linguistic states should be brought in. And as most of you are from Vidarbha, the State Reorganization Commission recommended creation of a state of Vidarbha, the only Marathi-speaking state in the country. The only. The state of Bombay was a multilingual state. But then the struggle of Marathi people ultimately brought in this state of Maharashtra. And the great visionary Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, he was not well at that time. He was in fact recuperating in Migin in Aurangabad. He was in Migin Mahavidyalaya at that time, not well. But then, see the uneasiness of the heart. He wrote a book. He studied the whole subject. If you read that book, you find Thoughts on Linguistic States. I hope that book is available on the net. So, in the book Thoughts on Linguistic States, he has given statistics, not just revenue, expenditure, everything. Maps. He has drawn maps of how states should be looking like. And in that book, he said many things which are prophetic. One of the things in the preface which he said is this, that you may find me inconsistent. Dr. Ambedkar said, you may find at times I am inconsistent. I had said something in the past and I am saying something else now. But that is okay. Because ultimately, one has to change the way of life. Dr. Ambedkar said, while he wrote the book, the question is too important for me to sleep over in silence. He could not. It was in fact a very important subject because, again, this is what he said. Though he supported ultimately linguistic states, the scheme of dividing India in the name of linguistic states cannot be overlooked. It is not so innocuous as the commission thinks. It is full of poison. If the word has not sunk on you, I repeat it. Dr. Ambedkar said that this is a poison. It is full of poison. The poison must be emptied right now. And now we see what is happening in India. Yes, you are looking at me aghast. But this is what he did right. And why did he write that? What is happening today? We people of India are fighting against our own brethren from other provinces on the language. Your language is different, my language is different. As if we are from enemy states. Dr. Ambedkar ultimately supported the linguistic states, but the poison which he mentioned was there, and we realize that today. He was prophetic. The book contains historical information, statistics, everything. He had one objection to the state reorganization, which is valid even today. He said that the SRC has balkanized South India. Balkanized South India. Split it into different states. There was a Madras presidency which comprised of a part of Karnataka and Andhra and everything. Travancore, Cochin was a princely state. We balkanized South, having Andhra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Kerala, Malayali state Kerala. He said, but what did you do to North? They are big monolithic states, Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. From Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh was carved out recently. But what about Uttar Pradesh? It is still the largest state. Though time and again people have said that it should be trifurcated, it has not happened. What is the implication? Why should Dr. Ambedkar feel aggrieved by having a big state of Uttar Pradesh? Give a thought to it. When a big state is there, its contribution to the parliament is also very big. And then that state controls the whole country. The diversity in the country, which has to be respected, gets obliterated when such a monolithic state is created. Bihar, he had also talked about Bihar. But we bifurcated Bihar into Jharkhand and Bihar. But what about Uttar Pradesh? See the vision of the person, that he foresaw what is going to happen. And see, for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. Let us not forget that. If somebody tries to dominate, there is bound to be a repulsion with equal force. And this will sound a warning bell for the unity and diversity of India. But let us hope that better sense prevails in those who rule, and they ensure that the southern states don't get obliterated. Andhra was also bifurcated, though one language. Now we have got Andhra and Telangana. Therefore, please give a thought to this. Now there is a commission also working on rearrangement of seats in the parliament. Just think of what is going to happen if that takes place and if the seats are allotted according to the recommendations which are being talked of. Dr. Ambedkar was basically a Kokanastha. Yes. He was from Konkan. As all visionaries or all those who led in Maharashtra were from Konkan. Tidak a Konkanastha. Agarkar also possibly Konkanastha. Karve Konkanastha. Gokhale Konkanastha. But in that galaxy, Dr. Ambedkar was also there. His karma bhumi was Marathwada. And he embraced Buddhism in Nagpur. So this is why he was the factor which united everyone in Maharashtra. All the three regions from Maharashtra. When I come to the question of labor laws, I also mention about his staying in Mumbai in big workers' colony, and that made a big impact on the framing of labor laws because he saw the life personally. And who are they? They were all from Konkan. Big workers were from Konkan. Before going to that, let us complete this Maharashtra issue first. He was aware that the industrialization of Mumbai or Mumbai becoming a commercial capital of Maharashtra was not entirely due to the effort of Maharashtrians, Marathi-speaking people. And today also, the grim reality is this, that we, Marathi-speaking people, are not entrepreneurs, we are not good businessmen. We are good at serving as laborers, as workmen. How long this is going to happen? Don't tell that this is not in our genes and all that. This is all humbug. Can we not run our own businesses, our own industries? But Dr. Ambedkar had examined the question of Mumbai also at that time, because there was a talk of making Mumbai a union territory. In the book, what he wrote may be of interest to you today. He wrote, "It is obvious from the facts given above," this is not about business, this is about something else. "It is obvious from the facts given above that Marathas are lacking in political talent." If there are any champions of cause of Marathas here, please blame me for repeating this to you. But this is true. There is no man of eminence among them as Tirak, Gokhale or Ranade. Those who say that Dr. Ambedkar was against Brahmins and all that, no, he was not like that. He was appreciative of the principles, equality, fraternity and brotherhood. And Tirak was known as Tegya Tambolyanche Pudari. So he said that Marathas have no man of eminence at that time. Those who are going to rule Maharashtra are not Marathas by speech, but Marathas by caste. Notwithstanding the hope of the Brahmins. Notwithstanding the hope of the Brahmins. Now it cannot be denied that Marathas are politically the most backward community. Please use this in the cause of Marathas who are fighting for an OBC status. This is what Dr. Ambedkar said. The only way of educating Marathas, and this is more important, is to give them more field for developing their abilities and exercising their abilities. Same holds good about us, all of us. Give us more field to develop our abilities and we will shine. If you confine us to ghettos, how are we going to develop our abilities? What was true about Marathas is true about us also. And this clamor about OBC status, what is it all about? Some share in that shrunken bread. भाकरीचा आकार कमी झाला आहे आणि त्याच्या तुकड्यांसाठी आपण भांडतोय. Now I'll come to labor laws. I have an apology for all of you. In fact, I wanted to spend more time with you. Apology to Mr. Mane that I will not be listening to your speech. I have to rush to Bhopal and I am already a little late. But I will complete this. I have left the text of the speech with Ashwin and those who are interested may take it from him. There is no copyright. It is copyleft. Dr. Ambedkar formed Indian Labour Party in 1930s. He was a member of the Viceroy's cabinet holding labour portfolio. This gave him a chance to shape the labour movement in India and the protection of labourers. A firm believer in trade union movement, he supported formation of trade unions. Any one of you working with trade unions, for the trade unions? Great, great, great. So you know what it is to work on the ground. The ground realities are so grim. In 1942, he was the first to ensure that Indian Labour Conference had representatives of workmen also. Otherwise, it was a bipartite thing. Government and business, that's all. Now, do we have a voice? Do you have a voice today? This is the progress which we made in 75 years. He proposed health insurance. He started employment exchanges also. He contributed to making of Employment Provident Fund law, Labour Welfare Fund. And he tried to bring India on par with the ILO standards. Because ILO was already there. India, though a dominion, was a member of ILO, but was not following ILO standards. So he tried his best to ensure that India followed ILO standards. Reducing working hours from 12 to 8. Apart from 12 hours being inhuman, in a vast country like India, where there are a number of people ready to work, if we deprive work to them, what will happen? But today, we see businessmen, I am not naming the person, they work for 12 hours, what is there? So this is simply inhuman, won't do. Dr. Ambedkar had visited Chota Nagpur area and saw the plight of mining workers, including women. And he took remedial steps then and there, got them done. In 1938, the Congress government in province of Mumbai, Bombay province, presented an industrial disputes bill. Dr. Ambedkar criticized it as bad, bloody and bloodthirsty. Since it restricted right to strike and made it impossible. I asked the trade unionists here, now is it possible to go on strike without losing your bread? The young man is saying yes. No, it's not possible. Though Article 19(1)(c) of the Constitution, drafted by Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, gives a fundamental right to form unions. Try to form a union in an industry and see what happens. Just go there, meet workers, and be ready for being beaten up. You can't form an union. I don't want to name the industries. There are three places around Nagpur where explosions took place and several persons lost their lives. Are there any unions there? Did anyone ever think of taking up their cause? Did anyone ever dare to go and find out what papers they were made to sign when they were given ex gratia payment? Compensation was given. We patted our backs that immediately after the loss of lives, we immediately compensated them. No, something wrong? What papers they signed? The legal service authorities across the state, legal service committees, did they feel it necessary to go and find out what is happening there? They are busy in having programs for educating children of commercial sex workers because that brings in. Lokmat Times publishes it. But when it comes to these grim realities, we turn our blind eye, Nelson's eye to all this. We don't check what happened. Otherwise also, when an accident occurs and you sign insurance papers, you don't know what you are signing most of the times. And then whatever is your just claim, you don't get. And this is not enough. We hold Gok Adalats. We say go for mediation. Because we can't do justice. Don't come to us for getting justice. Go to Gok Adalats. If you are entitled to say 1 crore, settle the matter for 50 lakhs. You get it immediately, So we have taught our people not to fight for their rights, but to surrender for a few bucks that are thrown at us. We surrender the fundamental right of forming associations because of the fear of being mauled, humiliated, beaten up, being jailed. This is a aside, but all the more relevant. In the Fundamental Rights chapter in Article 21, there is a clause, due process clause. It's not due process clause, procedure established by law. Why did Dr. Ambedkar introduce procedure established by law in place of American due process? And this is what he said. Dr. Ambedkar opposed the American due process clause to be imported into Indian Constitution. He found that the American Supreme Court had used the due process clause to kill labor welfare legislations. And therefore he brought in procedure established by law. This was unanimously accepted by the Assembly. This is a part of our Constitution. But then, what happens? Any lawyers here ready to say about due process and procedure established by law? What was decided by the Constituent Assembly was set at naught by a very famous Chief Justice of India, applauded for his work, Justice P.N. Bhagwati. I am sorry, using a bit harsh words. We tom-tom his decision in Maneka Gandhi, where this procedure established by law was replaced again by due process. Oh, what a great jurist, great man. We forget that in the process he had killed the democracy. What members of the Constituent Assembly had decided was set at naught by one judge. And what for? In fact, Maneka Gandhi's case was decided on a concession made by the government. Am I right, Mr. Thul? So there was no occasion to decide this. There was no occasion, this was not the issue, not debated. Whether due process or procedure established by law should be there. Ma'am, you are doing some PhD. Think of this. This was not the issue. Still he did this. And this longest standing obiter dictum, is in my view is a slur on the democratic process in India. When people of India decide something, I think unless it infringes fundamental rights, it should be respected. No, this does not happen. Dr. Ambedkar ensured that the Constitution had directive principles of state policy. Some members had suggested that these principles should be re-christened as fundamental principles of state policy. He said no need of changing that nomenclature because Article 37 actually clarifies that they are fundamental in the governance of the country. My question to all of you is this: if they are fundamental in the governance of the country, can any organ of the state, parliament or executive, act against those directive principles? You may not be able to implement them, but you can't act against them, no. What are those directive principles? Living wage, right to a living wage. Right to work. Where is this? We throw dolls at you. EGS is there. Now that VBG Ramji is there. We throw dolls to you. Pick up your arms. Like beggars pick up arms. Don't ask for work. Don't ask for living wage. Why? Because the state can't afford. The economy has grown multifold. Sixth largest economy in the world. But we can't ensure work for everyone. We can't ensure living wage. We bring in a JCB to clean roads. We say manual scavenging is very bad. But still, sewers are to be cleaned by men. But when it comes to cleaning a lane, signal for me to stop, I suppose. But then, I will complete this. I have just once asked question to you. How should a wage be decided? How are outputs decided? Output cost. What is essential, what is non-essential? I suppose cleaning the city or village clean or keeping it clean is a necessary thing. It's not just useful. Writing a code for a computer program may be useful, but it's not necessary. Working in fields to grow food is essential, necessary, not just useful. So therefore what I suggest is this, that for this necessary work, a premium should be given in wages. Now they say, what is there? There is no skill involved in that. How many of you believe that in sweeping a road there is no skill involved? In sweeping a road, is skill involved or not? Yes, those who don't believe, please go home and clean just one room in your house. And you will find that sweeping is also a skillful job. About training, that is amount spent in training. Doctors and engineers, they spend a lot of money, therefore they should get more. Here the cowherd or a shepherd who trains under his father or in his family, does he not get trained? Is that no training? Or it's wasteful? That is also training. He's spending his years. जरा मशीनच्या मागे जाऊन बघा आणि मशीनला ओळखून दाखवा, बस झालं, पुष्कळ झालं. नाही करतायत. So therefore there is a skill involved in every job. It's not just writing computer programs which is skillful. The third factor which should weigh in deciding wages is this: the working conditions. In what conditions are our sewer cleaners, scavengers working? Exposed to all elements. They work in harsh sunlight, they work when it is raining, they work when it is very cold. Our farmers or farm laborers, they are exposed to all sorts of risks, but they work. So working conditions are very harsh there.